only one, 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 only one.
So there, my dirty boots are off, and we're in the lorry this time.
Yeah, we had to leave the boots outside the door.
Yeah, not surprised. It's clean enough here for a big slurry job.
Yeah, we try and make some effort anyway to keep it somewhere reasonable.
Yeah.
But it's not easy, but we try anyway.
Yeah, so it's been around 6 months since the last one down.
Yeah, it was the end of the second cut last year, yeah.
Yeah, and they were at the slurry because the Southern Bandon lifts earlier than ours.
Yeah. What date have we at all? It was the 28th of January.
Yeah.
Or 26th of January.
Have you been busy at it?
Sure, yeah, I suppose it's only kind of now really that weather has permitted, I suppose, for us to get out. Ground is fairly well saturated, so look, there's certain parts of the country that we can work, and there's other parts that just need a little bit more time. So this ground out today, in fairness, seems to be in good enough all order. So look, lads are under pressure to get tanks down as well, you know.
Yeah.
So
these are drawn with 3 lorries to a nurse tank.
Yeah.
What lorries have you on today?
Homemade nurse tank.
Nurse tank.
Yeah, so we 3 Volvos obviously, and this my own girl is a 750, and we've 2 540s, and they're pulling 2 GRASSMEN tanks, and I have the Fanhool tank there that we bought last year. So it's actually her birthday this week. We have her 12 months.
First
12
birthday.
months. Yeah. So
a good tank then.
fine job. Yeah. No, we're very happy with it now. It's proven to be a nice tank. It's a nice tank on the road to pull, and it's well finished, you know. And the operating of it, it's just it's user friendly, you know. It's straightforward and simple, and I think it looks fairly well on the road as well. To be fair, you know.
How much slurry can she hold?
So they're 30,000 litre tankers. So
right.
I think that's roughly 6,600 gallons.
Right, so you're a fair advantage over your big 4,000 gallon tankers then?
Sure, yeah. Look, I suppose with a nurse tank you need to keep the pump going, to keep the pipe going. You need to keep the nurse tank full. So look, you're bringing a good volume, you know, in each round.
Yeah.
You know, we've 12, 18, nearly 20,000 gallons a week, like, you know. So it's just in this drawn out today, like it's running nice enough. The lad on the pump isn't stopping and starting. You know, he's keeping it going. You know, so it's running smooth enough. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, and then I suppose you wouldn't need half the amount of men on the job.
Sure, I suppose. Yeah. Look, I don't know. It's not something we ever done. Ferrying slurry with tractors. With our tractor tankers, we have 2,500 or 2,500 gallon trailing shoe tankers, and I suppose we they're on the big flotations, and we try and keep them off the road really, and keep them for the field when they're needed. But look, you definitely want to be going tandem axle and that for the road really. You know, we don't feel that the big flotation tyre is suited for the road, and I suppose with the other work we're at with treatment plants and environmental and that, you know, and pit slurry and digestate, we feel the lorries are a better fit for us, you know.
You can keep them busy then.
Yeah. Lorry, the tankers would be kind of, working all year round anyway, and on other work. So I suppose it allows us to have good tankers for the agri sector as well, and give a good service,
Can't be that many boys drawn about lorries.
Sure, I don't think so. No, there doesn't be a lot of it done, I suppose. But look, it works for us. I suppose the nurse tank really was kind of the making of it, and created more work for it as well. It's something you need to have. And I suppose when we're looking at going about a nurse tank at the time, because they weren't as readily available, and I suppose the costs of them. You probably see the bulker that we kind of retrofitted.
Yeah.
So
It's work to that.
So a local guy, John Howard, there, Howard Engineering in Bandon, him and his sons there, they basically done all the pipe works and the fitting and stuff on it, and they braced it inside as well to prevent it from swelling out, I suppose.
Yeah.
So no, it works very well now. They done a lovely job on it, and it's the business. I suppose one advantage to the nurse tank, all right, it would sit down on the ground, but there's no issue with priming when the trailer is up off the ground.
Yeah.
There's a constant feed down to the last drop. Gravity into the pump, so the lad on the pump has no issue getting primed or anything that way. So it's a good old job now, in fairness.
Then is she always on a tractor then? Yeah.
Depending on the situation, no. Like if we've got a yard, or if ground is good or whatever, we'll use one of our other tractor units there. We have a double drive FM, and we'd bring that. Now if we want to pull it into a field and it's this time of year, the bogie and the tractor is a better job,
Yeah.
So look, you're not going to be getting stuck with it anyway,
Yeah.
The dolly is handy for when you want to get it into a field. If you're just dependent on a tractor unit, it wouldn't be ideal. So just depends on the job. If it's into a yard that doesn't have a tank, we'll bring it on a tractor unit, or depending how far away we are from home or whatever.
Well, the nurse tank holds 3 of these tanks. No.
No, I'd say just short of 2. I'd say about 2. I'd say to hold 2 full. But sure, look, we never really need to put 2 full loads into it. They're constantly pumping. So I suppose for us, once we'd have a comfortable scope for a load and a half, an Arctic load and a half, we're comfortable enough then, So it just keeps the thing going.
Yeah, and then are you long emptying one of those tanks into the nurse tank?
No, if there's room for it, and we can just pump off 5 or 6 minutes, we've got it off, and away. There isn't a big blow really to get it up and over. It's the distance is short when the pipe isn't overly long. So no, we wouldn't be 5 minutes or so getting it off.
Yeah, and then I see in the yard there's 2 agitators going.
Yeah. So I suppose they're transferring from tank to tank as well. So stuff in the far off tank was thick, and the tank we were pulling from was up with water there, so he was getting it across.
Yeah.
And getting it agitated in between us coming and going, and was making nice stuff. Because look, it's obviously probably an expensive enough job as a whole, but look, you're getting a lot of stuff shifted, but you want to be shifting nice slurry. We actually fill with the agitator. We fill the lorries with the agitator. We just find it a lot faster, so there's no hold up in the yard. There's no hold up with the nurse tank. It runs a lot faster and smoother. It could be 15 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, 12 I suppose, depending on how thick it is and the pull to get loaded with the pumps. 5-6 minutes with the agitator. And look, and this isn't a very long draw, so if you're shifting 12-14 loads a day, it's very hard on the donkey engine and the pump and hydraulics. Everything gets very hot, and we just find it speeds up the process and it spares the pumps and the tankers.
Yeah.
Other work that we would be doing, treatment plants and that, might only suck 1 or 2 loads in a day. It could be going up the country or that. So the pump would never be work too hard to, I suppose, mind them for that work as well. When you're doing multiple loads now on jobs like this, and a pipe system waiting, we just find the agitator a lot faster and simpler, and keeps the thing rolling a bit smoother.
You think the 3 lorries would save you on diesel compared to the likes a lot
Sure,
of
I
tractors?
don't know. Sure, like probably definitely want 5, if not 6 tractors.
Yeah.
Probably to
Do the same job.
match what's being drawn today, I suppose. I would think at least. Yeah, I definitely think it's a way more efficient, and it's way better value for money to get it transported like this, and you're moving a serious volume like in a short space of time. We feel they're a far safer outfit on the road as well, and
Yeah, because those big tanks just keep getting heavier and heavier. Like.
yes, yeah, like you would want to be going 4 or 4,500 gallons, and like that's a very expensive tanker, and like it's really probably only good for ferrying. Then what I mean, like it's probably not maybe in the summer, like, but it's probably not a tank you're gonna take into the field.
Unless you bone dry ground. Like,
Yeah. Maybe after the first cut now or that, like. But look, I suppose ground compaction and grass management and all that, like compaction is a serious issue too. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's better for the land anyway to try and get the job done with as little compaction as possible.
Even if you do have the driest ground in the country, it'll still compact the ground.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
It'll damage it.
You would see it in any field in the country. Like there doesn't be much grow inside the gate.
Yeah.
Has to be a help anyway to keep the weight off the field. But the pipes is a good job, and I certainly wouldn't be. I don't think taking a tandem axle 4,500 gallon slurry tank in any time of the year into a field is the right thing to do.
No, you'd be better off with a 2,500, 2,000.
Yeah, well, look, we're not that everything we do is definitely the right thing, but it's right for us. But that is what we run in tankers is 2,500 gallons slurry tanks with single axle flotations and trailing shoes, and we just try to keep them for the shorter draws for around the yard spreading. And we've had issues with walls and tyres cracking and the big flotation tyres. They're just not made for the road, we don't think, but these aren't made for the field.
Yeah.
So it has to work, like it has. Conditions need to be right too, and the roads need to be right, and for the lorry tankers too. So look, there's loads of different ways of looking at it, I suppose. But
So, Michal, you're the main man on the slurry pipe then?
Sure, yeah, I am. I suppose there's no one else to do it.
No one keen enough for it then?
No. They're the queue and all for it.
Yeah. So, we're direct pumping then today?
We are, yeah. We're not far away from our own base here at home. We're just working with a neighbour, a good customer of ours, yeah.
So, we're in a New Holland T7 200 then?
Yeah.
No.
She's seen the life of drying silage and stuff like that. The hours are gone kind of high in her, so we just put a set of new tyres and sprayed the rims and changed all the lights to LED packaging, and we just leave her on this now the whole time, like.
Yeah. So she's the main piping track?
She is, yeah. She pulls the tracking show all the time, yeah.
So you're running a slurry cat front railer, and is that a slurry cat trailing shoe?
That's right, yeah. The 800 metre front slurry cat railer and a 9 metre, was a 9 or 10 metre trailing shoe and a half or something.
It's only front railer shoes run now, isn't it?
We've 2 800 metre front railers, and we've a 600 front railer as well, and we've a trailed railer as well, 1500, but we don't really use that anymore.
Yeah.
Just the front railers we use all the time.
The other front railer that's on the Dura pump tractor then?
Yeah. Like mainly we just carry 2 800s, so we have 1600 metres of hose, and that gets us by in most places.
Yeah.
So if we have a longer pump, we'd have the 600 metre reeler, and we'd have the second pump that we'd put in between if we needed to do that, But we've a few farmers that have ploughed in pipe, or they've put in 500 or 600 metres themselves maybe go under roads or
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So to be fair, now we get away nearly 1,600 metres with most of our jobs now.
So there's a lot of direct pumping then. With the
There
around
is,
here,
there is, yeah. When it opens, you know, we'll be busy up to mid-March, I suppose.
How come you decided to go for a trailing shoe over a demo bar?
We always kind of had trailing shoe, and when we were we actually bought that last year. We had a 6.2 metre, and you know, I suppose we've given maybe our farmers a bad habit of the trailing shoe, and we felt it opened more work for us really.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So yeah, we're very happy with the trailing shoe. There's a bit more mind in it than the dribble bar.
Yeah.
But I'd say definitely you could go into heavier covers of grass with it. Like.
Yeah. So suppose the farmers will see the benefit.
Yeah.
That's
That's right. We actually haven't got dribble bar. We have 2 trailing shoes and 2 tankers as well. So
Keeps the farmer happy. With it.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what matters most.
Exactly.
Then your Dota pump, it's not just a normal setup now.
Well, it is actually bore we're running there now.
Yeah.
It is bore we're running, but we just did a few tweaks with ourselves in the priming. We're priming with an 8,000 litre vacuum pump we find it easier if we're inside big lagoons, if we've maybe 2 20-foot hoses to pull off. You know, we've plenty of air. So we don't really get caught. So yeah, we've changed it around a bit, alright, but it never really fails to prime then, like, you know.
You've quite the setup now, like overall, you seem to have this fairly well sussed this slurry piping.
Sure we have. We're at it kind of about 25 years now, like, so
Yeah.
we've seen all the flaws, and look, we've kind of set up to suit ourselves, like, you know. We can pull the Jeep with us, and we can go from job to job, and this time of year we don't have to go back to base. We've the Jeep with us, and we've our food in it, and we've a way home in the evening. We're not depending on people to pick us up, and we've a fuel bowser inside the back of it, so we've fuel and we've food and we've way home, so
All the work you want.
yeah, exactly. No, we find it very handy, you know.
Yeah, and then the wee Kubota as well.
That's right. We've very handy for straightening holes, or just as you see this particular job, we
pull it under a bridge.
we had to pull it under a tunnel there now, so it was handy. Or we find that if we'd a lot of, you know, if the ground was wet, we can pull a hose out to a passage for reeling, that we don't have to drive the tractor into it. So yeah, we wouldn't be without it any for the job, and it makes the lad in the pump will help a bit more. Really up and stuff like that, you know.
Keep it busy.
Exactly.
See, yesterday and today, the day before that as well, you're spreading mostly in paddocks, aren't you?
Yeah, a lot of paddocks, and a lot of the farmers we'd be working for would be dairy farmers. So we just we drop the wires ourselves and we put them up ourselves after again, that's why we find the gator's very handy for that. You know, or if there's a connection, we can, when we're really up, that the connection don't pull wires and stuff like that. The lad on the pump will watch as we're reeling, and that we don't try and pull wires or stuff like that. You know.
So I see you're on an advantage system there.
We are, we find it handy there to, you know, calculate the volume of slurry we're spreading for the farmer, or if the farmer tells us he wants to put up 4,000 or 5,000 gallons per acre, we can key it into it and tell us the recommended speed. Every pump is different. Like yesterday we were in a job when we were out 800 metres and we were pumping 34,000 gallons an hour, but then last night we were at a job and we were out the 1,600 metres, but we were more because he had another 500. We were out nearly 2 kilometres. We were down to 23 or 4,000 gallons an hour. Our volume was down, so like the system was very handy to tell us exactly the speed to travel in. You know? So I find it very good now, to be fair.
That's it now. We haven't a great road here, but
Yeah.
we'll get
So
there.
thinking that, you know, even on the tight roads of Bandon, you still manage to get the lorries around.
Yeah, look, it's not too bad, you know, they're not, I suppose height is probably more the issue with trees and things.
Yeah.
So,
There are a lot of little trees.
Joe has an advantage with the flat cab.
She's nice there.
That is, yeah. It's probably a sin to have her at Slurry, but
It's probably a sin that most of us know.
yeah.
But sure, it looks well.
They won't pay for themselves at home
No,
in the yard either.
No, not pay sitting in the yard.
No good sitting in the yard.
No. And you're making a few redevelopments back in the yard too then?
Yeah. So I suppose like anything, no matter what gear you have, you know, you always try and keep it housed
Yeah.
if you can. And I suppose you're constantly outgrowing the yard. We've built a few sheds over the years, and the older sheds in the yard have been there with donkey's years now, and we just outgrew them, and the roofs were too low and that, and they weren't deep enough for the area they were covering. I suppose they weren't a great use of space either, you know. They weren't housing a lot of machinery for what ground they were covering,
Yeah.
so we made the decision to take them down.
Right, yeah.
And we've got a new shed. It's actually coming today. It's been collected from the galvanizers now as we speak. I'd say.
Yeah.
So that's hopefully going up in the next week or so now. So it's 110 by 60.
Right.
So it'll be a nice
Nice size.
and 20 foot of eaves and 29 in the pitch. So open span. So it'll be a nice. You'll have good height, and it'll be. You'll get a lot more into it anyway. You know.
Yeah. And until you have to build on some more.
I don't know. This could be it now for a while. I'd say. Budget's blown.
Yeah. And then the silage season go well for you then?
Last year, yeah, I did. Now, in fairness, we had no major issues. It did go very well. I suppose. Look, definitely having the second harvester kind of out, it took the pressure off the GRASSMEN too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For them pinch points, do you know, it definitely made the whole lot run a bit smoother, and
Yeah.
do you know, it helped. It helped to get lads finished and home
Decent time.
at a decent time as well. They're fresher the following
Yeah.
day as well. You know what I mean? No, where we were able to put out the two outfits now, it was a massive help. Now, in fairness, you know. But look, we had the bad run of weather.
Yeah.
You know, as regards weather, it wasn't overly bad. You know, we had kind of good runs of weather, and got, you know, big blocks of acres out in them windows. So no, it went well. Now it went well.
So is this time of year when Tony goes into hibernation, or is he still?
No, he's busier than anyone in the yard. You won't catch him idle any day of the year. I'd say. No, he's always busy. He'll find something to do.
Yeah.
Came home last night at 8 o'clock, and he was power washed out down along, because I suppose with the building going on in the yard, you know, now things would be getting a little dirty around the place, but he wouldn't have that in a fit anyway. He's washing the place down.
24 all year round now.
Yeah. The man is wired.
Yeah.
He's after changing his harvester actually for the coming year.
All right. What's coming?
Same again. A new 970.
Yeah.
So I think she's in. I'd say she's in McCarthy's. If not, she's due in very shortly. So
Yeah.
they'll be getting her PDI'd and
Exciting then.
bits and pieces. Yeah, be nice.
Yeah.
But that machine was 2 years old.
Yeah.
So
Just keep it fresh then.
yeah. We had an opportunity. There was our harvesters actually being exported to China.
Right.
So
Interesting.
yeah, weird enough one, but it's heading for China anyway. So
Leave the stickers on her.
we'll leave the stickers on her. Yeah, there might be someone on TikTok find her there in China, and
Yeah, big snap at that.
yeah. We had one a few years back actually as well. It was exported to South Africa.
South Africa,
Yeah. So could end up anywhere.
Cross gone global.
Yeah.
Any other big changes coming up?
you'll see in the yard as well, we have one new tractor came there. She
Oh.
only came there last Friday,
Yeah.
a T7 230 again.
Right, yeah.
Very similar to what we're running already, but she's an addition, and so there was no tractor traded in. She'll be left in the yard now for a while, so till Tony decides what he wants to go doing with it. If he wants to go get her dirty, but we wouldn't be under serious pressure for tractors now at the minute. But there's a lot of them would be away in dump trailers and plant work, and then we'd have a share of them dedicated to the slurry then with tankers and agitators and the umbilical. She'll be out for the spring work, and she'll probably go drying silage then for the summer.
Yeah.
Is the plan?
Yeah, so here's a fair tight spot. Tight
Yeah,
enough,
to test you, but it's not bad.
It's not bad.
We've been in worse.
Yeah. You wouldn't just want another lorry coming down the road?
No. Wait, no, there'll be a school bus land on now, guaranteed now this load. We'll be in the height of trouble. But we'll get going too. If I mess it up now, I blame you.
I pity the man having to reverse the dolly out of there.
Yeah.
So I do.
Can be tricky, alright.
So it would be. Wouldn't be for me now.
No. No. Get the nose of her in. We'll have to resume this conversation in a few minutes.
In a few minutes. You weren't that long emptying that load.
No, it's fast enough. Like especially if they have it dropped that that there's relatively nothing in it. You can just leave her at it full belt, and it's just if you were after catching up with the lorry in front, and the nurse tank was high, then you might just hang tough a minute. But no, in fairness, it's relatively fast.
I see you're all branded up today.
I am, it's the uniform.
The uniform.
Yeah. I didn't see you buying anything online yet.
No, I haven't got around to it.
Next week now.
Next week. I suppose it's payday on Friday.
Yeah.
Have to go on for a browse.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Shop.tonymanny.ie.
Get on it.
It's in the link. Link's in the description, is
Links
it?
in the description.
So put the link in the description, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to now.
Yeah.
Back into the yard for another load.
Back into the yard for another one, yeah. We might raise the air. This is where the air comes into play.
Yeah.
It's handy.
Very handy.
Get up a bit of height in front. So.
Have you been baiting any yards?
No, to be fair, I definitely find this the tag a lot more manoeuvrable truck, right? To be fair, over the mid lift. Turning circle now, getting in around corners and even in reversing. Definitely the double wheel tag is a nice job.
Yeah.
Definitely, and you could say it's a bigger lorry, like a longer. You could say more awkward lorry maybe, but to be fair, no, they're a sweet job for getting in and out in acky places. Alright, to be fair,
and she does lift up some height.
Yeah. You had a job to get in there,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's good now, in fairness.
Yeah.
But you would want it in certain situations. Well, look, it makes it a lot easier to mind a truck too, in being able to raise her,
Yeah.
So definitely it makes that part of the job a bit handier, alright, for sites and farms and things like that, So there's no excuse, we have to get in.
Yeah. Well, it's been great to catch up with you.
No bother, mate. No bother at all.
Always do enjoy a good trip down here now.
Yeah. I don't know how it's led over getting on.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I heard he has a few drones roll off.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back in the summer now.
Yeah.
Excited for a big trip down.
Yeah. Maybe no fear.
So maybe he's jealous of me out here.
I'd say so.
I'd say so. Yeah. Australia nothing compared to Bandon now.
So no, He'd probably take silage in New Zealand over slurry in West Cork now, I'd
Yeah,
say.
maybe. Sure. Thanks again.
No matter way. Come on.
Good man. Cheers.
Cheers. If you're down the summer now, I'll be expecting you to be wearing something
Right.
that you bought and paid for.
You know, from a freebie.
No pressure.
No pressure.